This is the 7.3 practice. As a reminder, videos for the lesson are linked up here, as well as the formula you need. Question number 1. Number 2. A circle with a central angle of 50 degrees has a radius of 3 inches. What is the area of the sector of the circle? The formula for area of a sector of a circle is the degree over 360 multiplied by pi r squared, as referenced in the formula above. So since we have the degree, that symbol is representing your degree. Your radius is r. We just plug it in. So 50 divided by 360 multiplied by pi times 3 squared. So I like to type it in like this. So I'm going to model that for you. Do 50 slash 360. And I'm going to hit the right arrow. And to get the times symbol, you can go into here and press the multiplication, or you can do Shift 8. And then pi, you can type in the pi button, or you can type the letters P followed by I. And then for the r squared, I usually just do parentheses 3 squared just to kind of show that it's being plugged in. So it'll look like that. So it's approximately 3.93, 3.926. Round to the nearest hundredth would be 3.93. 3.93. Next question. Approximately how many square centimeters does the shaded region of the circle take up? Round to the nearest hundredth. So this is very much like the last question, except that we have a picture drawn. So what do these values represent? Well, this again, your radius is from the center to the edge of the circle. So your radius is 5. Your angle is 40 degrees. We're going to plug everything back into that same formula. So it's going to be 40 over 360 multiplied by pi times 5 squared. So let's do that. And we get about 8.726, so I will round that to 8.73. 8.73. All right, next question. Approximately how many inches are blank in the diagram below? Round to the nearest hundredth of an inch. Man, this is very similar to the last one. How many are blank? Blank is, again, this one right here. So what's blank? 20 over 360 times 7, or pi times 7 squared. So 20 over 360 times pi times 7 squared. Let's do that. And to me, that looks like about 8.55. Okay, question 5. Approximately how many square inches of the semicircle below are red? Round to the nearest hundredth. So let's look at what we know. First, this is a semicircle, which means this is half a circle, meaning that this represents 180 degrees. So this angle that I need for the red is going to be 180 minus your 242s. So minus the 42, minus it again, and that'll tell you how many degrees that is right there. So let's do that first. So 180 minus 42, 138, minus another 42 is 96 degrees. So that represents approximately 96 degrees. That's your angle in the red sector. We're also given that the diameter is 15 inches. Well, the diameter is twice the radius. So the radius is going to be half of that. So the radius is 15 divided by 2. That's a 0.5. That should be 7.5. So we'll use 7.5 as our radius. Now we can plug it back into our formula. So 96 over 360, still use 360, multiplied by pi 7.5 squared. So that area represents 47.12. 47.12. All right, last question. All right, in this question, what is the area of the unshaded region? The unshaded region, well, that's going to actually be this portion here. Now, the degree is actually in the shaded part. So this is going to have to be, since it's the entire circle, 360 minus 45. So that's going to be the angle that we need to use. So let's get that real quick. That's 315 degrees. This 12 feet is going to be your radius. That hasn't changed. So we're going to use 315 over 360 multiplied by pi times 12 squared. So that gives you about 395.84. And that's going to be feet squared. Now our answer choices are not as decimals. Our answer choices are in terms of pi. So if you want to get this in terms of pi, then go back to your calculations and do it without typing pi. You can delete the pi from there and you get 126. So what that represents is the number that gets multiplied by pi. You could also test out all your answer choices. You have 18 pi, that's only 56.54. You have 54 pi, 169.64, 126 pi, 395.84. And that, as you can see, the 126 is what you get when you don't have pi in there. So this 126 pi is going to give you the answer we got. 126 pi is your answer. So those should be your 5 solutions. Let's submit it and let's hope we get 100. And 100 out of 100. Good job, guys.